Good girl. I did not sleep well last night. I woke up when the dog barked at 1 in the morning, and I didn't get back to sleep until after 4. And in the meantime, I thought about tamoxifen. And this morning I've been thinking about it again, and thinking about it is making me nauseous. And honestly, there's a part of me that's just like, oh, I just want to just start taking it. It's probably not going to be that bad. But now I sort of started a ball in motion with my oncologist, questioning a couple of things, whether or not I should start it yet. And it feels like I should just wait 1 more day and see if I get an answer, which means I'm basically waiting 2 more days before I would start, because she probably won't get back to me until tomorrow evening. I don't like swimming alone. Ooh. It's not as fun. Oops. I hope you know that that I'm recording these in high definition. And you can watch them that way. You can watch them full screen. I've talked about this before. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, and you're watching this video in a little box with all kinds of stuff all around it on your computer screen, then you really need to look for, on the bottom right-hand corner. So let's see, I guess I'm really bad at this. The bottom right-hand corner of the video screen. So that means over here. Right over here. There's a little box with arrows. 4 little arrows facing out. Oh. More shallow water than I thought. And if you press on that, you see this full screen. And when you don't want to see it full screen anymore, press escape. And if you don't see the box I'm talking about, scroll your mouse over my face, and you'll see it pop up at the bottom there. Right over there. Little 4 arrows facing to 4 corners of a box. Okay? Press that button. And then if it looks like all pixely, scroll back down next to that. There's a little button that says, I don't even know what it says, but it'll say 480 or 720 or something like that. Pick the highest number available, and then you'll see this at the highest definition available. What is that orange thing underwater? Can you see it? I think I don't know what it is. Oh, it's a tomato. That's weird. So in the middle of my swim, which I just completed, I actually started crying about this tamoxifen thing. I honestly feel like I'm risking my life every day that I don't take that fucking pill. Excuse my language. But that's the way it just came out. It's tough. And I imagine having a conversation with my radiation oncologist about it, and just, you know, I guess the picture of having somebody who might have some knowledge on the topic listening and supportive and giving me information, or at least caring, brought me to tears. So that happened in the middle of my swim.
James was standing by the Ark as she walked in, dressed in his work suit and reading the paper. "Morning," he said. "Cup of tea, love, Isabel, that little bloody things, stovers, James, came to Mutty, front her, took it, and front, around, some, I'll have sugar in there, some sugar is, don't take sugar, chase it.
Do you ever listen to books on CD?
Isabel, well, maybe do. Yeah, I know. Do you know?
I don't recommend it.
Two sorts of sugar into my then it's feel hot weeks, slow through body. So, said James. Millie was right. Yes. Isabel stared down into the milky brownness of her tea. Millie was right.
So, I actually did get a chance to talk to my radiation oncologist, who was very reassuring. He was saying that in the past they actually, where the heck did I park? In the past they used to insist to women that they not start the tamoxifen until like a month after they finish radiation, because the thinking was that radiation works best on cells that are active and the tamoxifen makes things inactive. So, and they wanted to make sure that you were fully recovered from the radiation first. And though that hasn't been borne out in, that was in vitro studies, meaning like in the test tube, and that hasn't been borne out in vivo, meaning in the body, the live body. So since then, with a more aggressive approach, sometimes they've started the tamoxifen earlier, but there hasn't been any randomized studies that show that actually does make things better, and there's like tons of data about tamoxifen being effective, and in those, and that data comes from people who didn't start right away, at least until after radiation, and if not weeks after radiation. So stressful. I was talking to one of my brothers yesterday. I was telling him, like, I kind of like the stress of it. Makes me want to just start popping the pills and not waiting to hear back anymore. And he was sort of on that, thinking that same way. But like some part of me just keeps hesitating. I want to have all the bases covered first. I don't know if I've explained it all to you yet, but I'm still waiting to hear if there's this bone density test abnormality that ever got ironed out, if there's anything that I still have to be concerned about before I start this pill. And my doctor's on vacation and she wanted me to start it like 2 weeks ago, and I just didn't want to start it yet. I want to finish radiation first, and it sort of feels overwhelming, that's all. And at times I just feel like because I don't want to have a hard week where I'm overlapping the two, radiation and tamoxifen, I'm risking my life. And every day I don't take that pill, I'm risking my life. And that's the way it feels in my brain. So I'm so glad that I thought to talk to this doctor. He said it's really fine. I feel relieved. There's something about being diagnosed with cancer and then going through the whole treatment and everything where it seems like it doesn't really quite sink in. But you're right, life is on the line. I've heard people say that they didn't break down emotionally until the treatment was over. And I think I get that. I really understand that. My treatment is almost over, except for this pill. And, every now and then it sort of hits me that I like my life. And how devastating it would be to have to end it early. when you're in the middle of cancer treatment, you're not focused so much on that because you're just focused on like, oh my God, how am I going to get through this operation? How am I going to get through this drug? And how am I going to get through this day? Not just like when you start to feel good and a day goes by that you didn't feel like you used very well. And how it just feels like it threatens to cave you in to think that day went by, I didn't use it very well. I might not get many. You know, most of the time I'm pretty upbeat and positive and enjoying and savoring, but I'm human. A friend of mine, a neighbor of mine, and I were talking yesterday. She's just had surgery, and I spent some time with her, and she said she watched some of my videos for the first time, and she saw me struggling with something, and she said, "You mean you're human?" She said, "You're always so upbeat." She didn't know that there was another side to me. I was like, oh my God, the only way I can be positive and happy as much as I am is that I let myself have meltdowns. Like I'm having right now. Oh, I'm having a wild hair day, aren't I? I keep thinking actually that I kind of need to trim it. Maybe, I don't know. Oh, she had a ball and she went into the trees and she came out without it. Millie, ball! Go get your ball! She doesn't know where it is. I wanted to tell you that I did get in touch with my oncologist. Well, I didn't actually talk to her. I got the email that she sent to my nurse, and the email said that if I didn't want to start tamoxifen until after I finish radiation, then it's okay by her. And I've been agonizing over this for days. Go get your ball. Millie, ball. Get the ball. Millie, Millie, go get your ball. Ball. Get the ball. Go get your ball. Ugh, I think she's been eating poop. What the heck? It's like airplane day.